Welcome to the My Inner Tiger podcast. I'm your host, Sydney D. Camella. I'm also a wife, mother, master life coach, course creator, and spiritual Sherpa. Over the past few years, I have overcome extreme anxiety, depression, addiction, infertility, and chronic illness. And as a result, I've made it my life's mission to teach other women like you that no matter what battle you're up against, you have an inner tiger, a power within to create and manifest whatever your heart desires. If you are tired of being a victim and ready to be boss of your life, you have come to the right place. Each episode, I'm going to share tools, teachings, and techniques I have used and taught countless other women so that together we can create a life beyond our wildest dreams. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that your inner tiger is just waiting to be unleashed. I'm so happy you've tuned in. Let's get started. Hey folks, welcome back to the My Inner Tiger podcast. Let me just preface this by saying that you might hear some babies crying and dishes clanging in the background because I felt super inspired to record this right now, and it's close to dinner time and I have a hungry baby. So I just ditched my husband and ran in here to record. So I'm just going to have to go with the inspiration and ignore the bad timing in the background. So bear with me on that. But anyway, today's episode is all about spirituality and spiritual connection. Now, it's going to be kind of quick, but I just feel like it's important to drive this point home early on in this podcast series because it's just such a big part of your healing journey, okay? And before we move into all the work and the different things that I've done to heal my body and things that I know work to heal your mind, your emotions, your energy, and your body, I just want to dive into the importance of a spiritual connection, okay? So Plato said it best when he quoted, "The greatest mistake in the treatment of diseases is that there are physicians for the body and physicians for the soul, although the two cannot be separated." I love this quote. So spirituality is it's a really delicate subject because so many people are really set in their ways and their beliefs based on how they grew up and their religious views. And, I live in the United States and most people are Christian. And so there's just this whole stigma around spirituality, and it can get really touchy depending on, the ways that you present it to the world and who's, the ears that it's going in. And so I just want to dive a little bit into what I mean by spirituality and spiritual practices and how it can affect the healing process. So a spiritual connection practice is described as a physical and emotional experience, not a set of beliefs. So I want you, if you're listening and you have very strong set of beliefs, I respect them completely, whatever they are, but I'm going to challenge you to set them aside for a moment and just bear with me as I talk about this spiritual connection that's so important in the healing process. So we are all made up of spiritual energy, okay? We come into this world as spirit beings. We drop into this bag of bones, this skin sack that we're in. And as we're growing and being raised by our families, we're taking on all of this identity and this ego, and we're learning where we are in society, how we fit into society, and our role in this earth. And we start to just act out of that thing. And that all depends on how we're raised, the beliefs we're raised in, and the experiences that we have throughout our life, right? So therefore, all the things that we're taking in on a daily basis it's really loud, and a large part of it, a majority of what we're taking in and believing about ourselves based on our experiences is not true, okay? And we're typically functioning out of this ego. We're functioning in this action-oriented society where everything is go, 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 and the priority becomes just getting things done. Can you relate to this? Now, the key here to spiritual connection is quieting the mind, getting down below and past the ego, past all of the chaos that's going in your brain, all of the thoughts, and really getting quiet. It's quieting your mind and observing your thoughts, okay? spiritual practice encourages you to feel inside of your body and feel your emotions and find a deep down sense of calm and peace. Now, there's all different kinds of ways that you can have a spiritual practice. So lots of the really common ones would be meditation, yoga, running, Tai Chi, anything that really slows you down, okay? Now also prayer, like getting into like a deep prayer can also be a really good spiritual practice, but it's iffy with that because you want to make sure that when you're in that deep sense of prayer, you're not just listing off things that you're asking for. Like you want to make sure that you are really getting quiet and finding that deep connection, that connection to like the spiritual river that runs through you, right? We all have this. So it's like, you know what I'm talking. It's hard to explain in words, but just quieting your mind and really connecting to that energy source, to that divine source that you came from, that you came, before you came into this body, you were this energy. You were part of the whole of the divine. Does that make sense? So it's really stilling yourself and finding that super strong connection and recharging your batteries on a regular basis. Spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, walking in nature, they've actually done studies that show that it improves your immune system. When you're in deep prayer or meditation, your fight or flight response goes off and your rest and repair turns on. And what that does is it allows your immune system to supercharge your whole body. And it's an incredible healing process where whether you're just under stress or you have an actual illness or you're trying to prevent an illness. Now, here's the other part of this. I would love to sit here and quote off to you all kinds of other studies that have been done on the parasympathetic nervous system and all of the ways that getting into a deep meditative or spiritual, like shutting down your mind, your thoughts, and really connecting to the divine on a deep level. I would love to be able to sit here and tell you all of the science behind that, which I have read and learned a lot over the years, right? But I'm not the expert there. And in future episodes, I'm going to have people on here that are talking about this. But again, just to bring this full circle, I just want to make sure that you understand that having a spiritual practice is so integral to living a really healthy, happy life. And it's so important in healing your body, important in healing your stress and your anxiety, and just all around the best thing you can possibly do to feel vibrant and alive and peaceful. Okay. So that's really all I wanted to say about this. Again, short little episode, but make sure that you start today incorporating some kind of healing or spiritual practice in your life, whether that's even if it's just journaling or going for walks outside in nature. Anything that you can do to just quiet your mind on a regular basis in this busy society that we live in today that will help you dramatically. Okay? So thanks so much for listening, and I will catch you on the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of My Inner Tiger. Before you go, I'm curious to know, how many times have you tried using affirmations and gotten 0 results? I did that for years, and then I finally realized how to do it right. And that changed everything for me. And that's why I created this beautiful daily manifesto, which I'm giving to you at no cost at all. And it comes with detailed instructions on how to actually get the real change that you want. It's basically a really cute and printable list of powerful affirmations all geared toward helping you manifest more peace and self-confidence. I mean, who doesn't want that? I have one right here in front of me on the wall in front of my desk. And then I have another one in the bathroom in front of my toilet, believe it or not. That way, it's a huge part of my daily life, and trust me, it makes all the difference. I am sure you will love it too. So head on over to myinnertiger.com/manifestation or click the link in the show notes below to download your free copy. And if you loved what you heard today, please, please, please rate and review this podcast on iTunes. And finally, if you're not already, come follow me on Instagram at myinnertiger for more tips and inspiration. I can't wait to connect with you there. Now go out there and manifest your dreams because you are absolutely worthy of everything you desire. I'll catch you in the next episode.